I think this is one of my favorite questions to answer when it comes to being a gig worker. And that's the question of, when I'm doing grocery deliveries, does my tip go down when I'm doing a refund? Well, the answer to that is actually yes and no, and we're going to talk about it. For those that do not know, my name is Ash, and I am currently a gig worker on the South Shore of Montreal. And currently I work for Uber Eats, DoorDash, and Skip the Dishes. And previously, I used to work for Instacart. Now, when you are doing a grocery order, a lot of us have noticed, and it doesn't matter if it's Instacart or Uber Eats, that when we're refunding things, at the end, our tip is less. So the question is, does your tip go down? Well, I said yes and no because of two different reasons why. Yes, your tip will go down if your customer is doing a percentage-based tip. But no, it won't if they're doing a flat rate tip. And I'll explain to you the difference. A percentage-based tip is exactly what it sounds like. It's a percentage based on the total value of the order. So an example of this is a $100 order. Let's say I'm giving 10% on $100. That means that it's a $10 tip. But you go in and you refund $25 worth of that order. So now we're back down to $75. Well, if my percentage base is still 10% of the total value, that means if it's a $75 order now because you refunded something, well, then your tip is gone down to $7.50 because I chose 10%. The way it does not impact it is if I'm doing flat rate. So by doing a flat rate, it means I'm literally just giving you a dollar sign. So regardless if my grocery order is $25, $50, $75, $100, or whatever, it's not going to be impacted by you refunding items because I have decided I'm going to give you a flat tip. It doesn't matter for returns or exchanges. So because of this, it all depends on your customer. Now, can you determine in advance if it's going to be percentage-based tip or a flat rate tip? Unfortunately, no, but there is one factor that helps me determine which one it may be. If I get a small grocery order, let's say 6-7 items, it's for produce, then let's say it's about $30. But Uber turns around and they send me that offer and it's a well-paying offer. Well, that normally indicates to me that it is a flat rate tip because it can't be a value of the percentage of the bill, because if the bill is too cheap, they're not going to have Uber's not going to pay the whole amount. So that tells me the customer is probably tipped by a flat rate. But still to this day, it's really hard to predict which one you're going to get. You're either going to get flat rate or you're going to get percentage-based tip, but this will at least help to indicate that yes, if you do refunds, you could go down on your tip, but it's all based on the customer and which one they chose.